Very good afternoon and thanks for tuning in to the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you and here are the headlines. India's historic moment. Prime Minister Modi dedicates the Statue of Unity to the nation. Prime Minister says tribute to the golden man of India's history, Sardar Patel, is also an unmatched foundation of inspiration for the future generations. President and Vice President pay floral tributes to Sardar Patel at his statue in New Delhi. Vice President hails the unifier of the nation. Home Minister flags off Run for Unity to honour the force behind country's unity and integrity. Tributes paid to Indira Gandhi on her death anniversary. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu embarks on three-nation visit to Botswana, Zimbabwe and Malawi to hold talks with the top leaders of the African nations and business groups. Several MOUs expected to be signed during the visit. "31 years after the Hashimpura massacre in Uttar Pradesh, Delhi High Court sentences 16 ex-policemen to life imprisonment for killing 42 people. High Court reverses trial court's verdict, acquitting them, says it was a targeted killing. And US President Donald Trump plans to end birthright citizenship for children born to non-citizens, says he is preparing executive order. Announcement ahead of midterm congressional election. The biggest story of the day, India's scripted history today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated to the country the 182-meter tall statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Statue of Unity, the tallest in the world. The grand inauguration ceremony was held to coincide with the 143rd birth anniversary of Sardar Patel. The imposing monument is twice the height of the Statue of Liberty in the United States and is built on an islet, Sadhu Bet, near the Sardar Sarovar Dam. The Prime Minister poured soil and Narmada water into a kalash to mark the dedication of the state. The statue has been built using over 70,000 tons of cement, 18,500 tons of reinforcement steel, 6,000 tons of structural steel and 1,700 metric tons of bronze. There is a provision for a viewing gallery inside the statue to enable tourists to get a view of the dam and nearby mountain ranges. Dedicating the monument, the Prime Minister said that it has laid an unmatched foundation for the inspiration for the future generation.
किसी भी देश के इतिहास में ऐसे अवसर आते हैं जब वो पूर्णता का एहसास कराते हैं। आज ये वो पल होता है जो किसी राष्ट्र के इतिहास में हमेशा के लिए दर्ज हो जाता है और उसको मिटा पाना बहुत मुश्किल होता है। आज का ये दिवस भी भारत के इतिहास के ऐसे ही कुछ क्षणों में से एक महत्वपूर्ण पल है। भारत की पहचान, भारत के सम्मान के लिए समर्पित एक विराट व्यक्तित्व का उचित स्थान देने का एक अधूरापन लेकर के आजादी के इतने वर्षों तक हम चल रहे थे। आज भारत के वर्तमान ने अपने इतिहास के एक स्वर्णिम पृष्ठ को उजागर करने का काम किया है। आज जब धरती से लेकर के आसमान तक सरदार साहब का अभिषेक हो रहा है, तब भारत ने न सिर्फ अपने लिए एक नया इतिहास भी रचा है, बल्कि भविष्य के लिए प्रेरणा का गगनचुंबी आधार भी तैयार किया है।
The Prime Minister also said that the statue reminds the nation of the determination of a man who prevented India from being split.
दुनिया की ये सबसे ऊंची प्रतिमा पूरी दुनिया को, हमारी भावी पीढ़ियों को उस व्यक्ति के साहस, सामर्थ्य और संकल्प की याद दिलाती रहेगी, जिसने मां भारती को खंड खंड टुकड़ों में करने की जो साजिश को नाकाम करने का पवित्र कार्य किया था, जिस महापुरुष ने उन सभी आशंकाओं को हमेशा हमेशा के लिए समाप्त कर दिया, जो उस समय की दुनिया भविष्य के भारत के प्रति जता रही थी। ऐसे लौह पुरुष सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल को मैं शत शत नमन करता हूं।
And the Prime Minister also dedicated a museum dedicated to Sardar Patel. The museum and exhibition is dedicated to the life and times of Sardar Patel.
और अब स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी के बेस में बने
The Prime Minister also inaugurated the Wall of Unity. He also visited the Viewers Gallery that provides a breathtaking view of the Sardar Sarovar Dam, its reservoir, and the Satpura and Vindhya mountain ranges. And early in the day, before unveiling the statue, the Prime Minister dedicated the Valley of Flowers. The Prime Minister also inaugurated a tent city for tourists near the iconic statue. The Statue of Unity, India's ode to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and the Indian freedom struggle, is twice the size of the Statue of Liberty. The unveiling coincides with the 143rd birth anniversary of Sardar Patel, the Iron Man of India. The world's tallest statue dedicated to independent India's first Home Minister stands at 182 meters tall. Here is a detailed report.
India, the proud claimant to the title of having the world's tallest statue, the Statue of Unity. At 182 meters, it is a towering tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the first Home Minister of independent India, also described as the Iron Man for his unflinching commitment to unifying the country. Built near the Sardar Sarovar Dam in tribal-dominated Narmada district, 200 kilometers from Ahmedabad, the Statue of Unity stands at more than double the 93-meter Statue of Liberty off the coast of New York City. It is 4 times the statue of Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro. The base of the statue is at a stupendous height of 240 meters. The base includes a memorial, a visitor centre, a convention centre, a garden and an amusement park. The project cost is at an estimated 2,989 crore rupees. Through scientific area planning, clean industries are planned around the project site. Research facilities in biotechnology, clean energy and ethnic crafts are expected to generate white-collar jobs in the area. The development of educational institutions in agriculture, animal husbandry, pisciculture are further expected to generate an educational and skill development complex to support economic activity. Credit for the design goes to well-known Indian sculptor Ram V. Sutar.
बिल्कुल ये पहली बार है ऐसा पहले तो काफ़ी 20 फुट 40 फुट इस तरह से मूर्तियाँ बनी मगर ये सबसे बड़ी मूर्ति ये बन गई और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है इसे।
एक तो अपने भारत में इतनी बड़ी मूर्ति बनना एक बहुत बड़ी बात है और जग में सबसे बड़ी मूर्ति मेरे ख्याल से इंडिया में ये बहुत पहले बन जानी चाहिए थी पर आज जो बन गई है बहुत अच्छा कदम रहा मोदी जी का ये बनाने का और उसमें हमें बड़ा गर्व के महसूस करते हैं कि जो फादर ने मूर्ति बनाई थी जो अहमदाबाद एयरपोर्ट पे लगी है उन्हें वो पसंद आई और उसी हिसाब से उन्होंने सोचा कि इसी को बड़ा बनाया जाए तो हमारे लिए बहुत खुशी की बात है।
The Statue of Unity project also includes a unique museum and audiovisual department depicting the life and times of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. It also has a laser, light and sound show on efforts of unification of India. A research centre dedicated to the research and development of subjects close to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's heart, like good governance and agriculture development, where subjects like water management and tribal development will also be studied and researched. A heavy load open lift with a panoramic view will be built alongside the Statue of Unity. Visitors will be able to rise up within statue, walk into a viewing gallery and enjoy a panoramic view of the Sardar Sarovar Nigam project and the surrounding region from an outstanding height of close to 400 feet. Refreshment areas like restaurants and recreational spots to make the project area an attractive tourist spot. To implement this, the Kevadia Area Development Authority or KADA or KADA has been created. The statue and surrounding area can be accessed by special boats to avoid vehicular traffic and pollution. The statue is an epitome of architectural and engineering masterpiece. It involves walkway, the 4-lane approach highway and the Shrestha Bharat Bhavan, which is a 3-star lodging facility with 52 rooms. It officially replaces the Spring Temple Buddha in Henan, China as the world's tallest statue. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And President Ramnath Kovind and Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu paid floral tributes at a Sardar Patel statue in Delhi. President and Vice President paid tributes at the Sardar Patel Chowk at Parliament Street. Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh and MOS for Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri were also present at the occasion. And now let's listen in to Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu's message on Sardar Patel on his birth anniversary today.
Today is the Jayanti of the Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's foresight and tactful navigation of the most turbulent period in post-independent India and the resolve he demonstrated in integrating 565 desperate princely states into domain of India is an unparalleled accomplishment in modern history. The nation should remember Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. The younger generation should evaluate the standards set by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and we must take the country forward together by all of us committing ourselves to the service of the nation. That will be a real tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion and region, India is one. We are one nation, we are one people, we are all one country. This is the message Sardar Patel ji has given to us. Let us salute his memory today and also emulate the standards and examples he has set in life and then move forward. I am very happy that the Prime Minister Sri Narendra Bhai Modi has taken initiative and with the cooperation of the state government of Gujarat, a magnificent statue named as Statue of Unity is coming up at Sardar Sarovar Dam in Gujarat. I am sure that will become a historical, important pilgrimage and tourist place in the coming days, and people around the globe, they all would like to come here and pay tribute to this great soul, and the people of the country also, they have all contributed to the construction of this statue by sending their soil and also iron ore, iron from their respective places in making this magnificent statue. I convey my best wishes to the people of the country and urge upon them to emulate the teachings and preachings of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and together let us all move forward, make India strong, stable, prosperous nation.
And Vice President Venkaiah Naidu wrote a tribute to Sardar Patel to celebrate his 143rd birth anniversary. In his newspaper article titled "The Unifier of Modern India," the Vice President fondly remembered Sardar Patel's tremendous role in integrating the princely states into independent India. He also writes about Sardar Patel's foresight and tactful navigation of the most turbulent period in post-independence and the resolve he demonstrated in integrating the more than 500 disparate princely states into the dominion of India, saying that it is an unparalleled accomplishment in modern history. Vice President elaborates by terming Patel as a statesman with a strong sense of realpolitik, a realist to the core, and an earthy politician whose sole aim was to build a strong and unified India. And Rajya Sabha Secretary General Desh Deepak Verma also administered the unity oath to all the officials of the Rajya Sabha Secretariat. The pledges to protect and preserve the unity, the integrity and security of the nation, and also to resolve to make individual contribution to ensure internal security of India.
शपथ लेता हूँ कि मैं राष्ट्र की एकता, अखंडता और सुरक्षा को बनाए रखने के लिए स्वयं को समर्पित करूँगा।
And Home Minister Rajnath Singh today flagged off the Run for Unity on the occasion of the National Unity Day from the Major Dhyan Chand Stadium in New Delhi. Before the run, participants took a pledge to protect the unity and integrity of India.
मित्रों, आज सारा भारत बड़े ही हर्ष और उल्लास के साथ स्वाधीनता संग्राम सेनानी और भारत के प्रथम गृह मंत्री सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल की 143वीं जयंती धूमधाम से मना रहा है। इस अवसर पर हम सभी यहाँ पर रन फॉर यूनिटी के कार्यक्रम में भाग लेने के लिए एकत्रित हुए हैं और इसी प्रकार के रन फॉर यूनिटी के कार्यक्रम सारे देश भर में बड़े हर्षोल्लास के साथ हो रहे हैं। मित्रों, इस देश में सरदार पटेल को हमेशा एक सिंबल ऑफ यूनिटी के रूप में जाना जाएगा। आज के भारत के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी उसी प्रांत से आते हैं जो प्रांत सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल की जन्मस्थली है। महात्मा गांधी और सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल की जो कल्पना थी आधुनिक भारत की, वह आधुनिक भारत बनाने के काम में हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी बहुत ही अहम भूमिका का निर्वाह कर रहे हैं।
In the year 1947, Time magazine called Sardar Patel the boss for unifying 565 disparate princely states into one Indian Union. He is also often called the Bismarck of India. So here is a look at the journey of the Iron Man of India.
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the man behind building a united India, integrated 565 princely states into one Indian Union with an iron will and steely resolve. Born on 31st October 1875 in Nadiad, Gujarat, Vallabhbhai Javedbhai Patel attended primary school at Karmasar and high school at Petlar, but was mainly self-taught.
He married Javed Ba at the age of 16 and passed his matriculation at 22 years of age. Patel then passed the district pleader's examination and started a law practice. He soon distinguished himself as a fierce and skilled lawyer. In 1910, he went to London to study and returned as a barrister. He soon became a leading barrister in criminal law at the Ahmedabad bar. From 1917 to 1924, Patel served as the first Indian Municipal Commissioner of Ahmedabad and was its elected municipal president from 1924 to 1928. It was only in 1917, after meeting Mahatma Gandhi, that his journey as a freedom fighter, farmers' leader and a social reformer began. On Gandhi's encouragement, Patel became the secretary of the Gujarat Sabha in 1917. In 1918, Patel led his first satyagraha of peasants, farmers and landowners in Kheda, protesting against the Bombay government's decision to collect full annual revenue despite crop failure. In 1920, Vallabhbhai Patel was elected president of the newly formed Gujarat Pradesh Congress Committee and served as its president until 1945. In 1928, Patel led the landowners of Bardoli in their resistance against increased taxes. His efficient leadership of the Bardoli Satyagraha earned him the title of Sardar. The British recognized him as a dangerous enemy and he was arrested several times. From 1934 onwards, Sardar Patel became the main fundraiser of the Congress and the chairman of its Central Parliamentary Board. He played the main role in selecting and financing candidates for the 1934 elections to the Central Legislative Assembly in New Delhi and for the provincial elections of 1936. However, he did not want the party to be distracted by the goal of complete independence. Patel clashed with Nehru, opposing declarations of the adoption of socialism at the 1936 Congress session, which he believed was a diversion from the main goal of achieving independence. With India gaining independence, the monumental task of integrating the 565 princely states into the Indian Union fell on the first Home Minister of the country. With India gaining independence, the monumental task of integrating the 565 princely states into the Indian Union fell on the first Home Minister of the country, Sardar Patel, amid the turmoil of partition. Just ahead of independence, the 565 princely states were given the option of joining either India or Pakistan or choosing independence. Patel began lobbying with the princes. Patel invoked the patriotism of the rulers of these princely states, urging them to join in the independence of their country. Carrying out the task with an iron fist, he set a deadline of 15th August 1947 for them to sign the Instrument of Accession document. Other than Jammu and Kashmir, Junagadh and Hyderabad, all states willingly merged into the Indian Union. Meanwhile, the Nawab of Junagadh, the state with over 80% Hindu population, had acceded to Pakistan. Combining diplomacy with force, Patel demanded that the Nawab accede to India. Following widespread protests and the formation of a civil government, the Nawab fled to Karachi and the Indian army marched into the state. The Nizam of Hyderabad too declared it an independent state. In September 1948, Patel ordered the Indian army to invade Hyderabad when Nehru was touring Europe. On 18 September, the Nizam surrendered. In September 1947, when Pakistan invaded Kashmir, the Indian government refused to help unless Maharaja Hari Singh acceded to the Indian Union. On October 26, 1947, the Maharaja of Kashmir too joined the Indian Union. With this, Sardar Patel achieved the seemingly impossible task of unifying all princely states into one Indian Union, a task for which he is rightly remembered as the Iron Man of this country. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And the nation today also pays homage to former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi on her 34th death anniversary. Congress President Rahul Gandhi, former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and Sonia Gandhi paid floral tributes at Shakti Sthal, the memorial of former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi on her death anniversary. And Prime Minister Modi also paid tribute to the former Prime Minister in a tweet. Let's get to some other news now. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu embarked on a three-nation visit to Botswana, Zimbabwe and Malawi today. The Vice President will hold talks with the top leaders of these African countries, meet business groups and interact with the Indian diaspora as well. In Botswana, the Vice President will inaugurate the Global Expo Botswana 2018. The expo will see participation of 25 big Indian companies and business houses covering a range of sectors. And in Zimbabwe, Venkaiah Naidu will meet the nation's foreign minister and lay the foundation stone of the Chancery project. The Vice President in Malawi is expected to inaugurate the Business Incubation Center and the India-Africa Institute of Agriculture and Rural Development and unveil a bust of Mahatma Gandhi. And several MOUs and agreements including on an extradition treaty and pacts on agriculture and training will also be signed during the visit. And on to another important development today. Overturning a trial court's verdict, the Delhi High Court today convicted 16 former provincial armed constabulary personnel and sentenced them to life imprisonment for the massed murder of 42 people of a minority community in Hashimpura village in Uttar Pradesh's Meerut in 1987. The trial court had acquitted them in the case in March 2015. The Delhi High Court, however, described the incident as a targeted killing of unarmed and defenseless people. Police personnel were found guilty of murder, kidnapping, criminal conspiracy and destruction of evidence under various sections of the Indian Penal Code. Big story coming in from the United States, where President Donald Trump says that he wants to use executive order to end birthright citizenship. In an interview, Donald Trump said that he will seek to limit the right of citizenship for certain children born in the United States in a new bid to dramatically reshape immigration policies. Seeking to shore up support for Republicans ahead of the congressional elections next week, Donald Trump told the Axios News website that he would try to end the right of citizenship for US-born citizens of children of non-citizens and illegal immigrants. The 14th Amendment, passed after the Civil War, says that all persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens. Now, amending the Constitution would require majorities in House and Senate and ratification by 3/4 of the states. However, attempting to bring a change by President's executive order would be certain to prompt legal challenges. And that's it in this edition of Midday News. Thanks so much for watching.